Hi whoever's on the stream. I'm rebuilding the house. I'm gonna be building... Well, yeah, I'm rebuilding the house like I just said. For hell. Feel even online. Okay, there's definitely zombies somewhere underneath me or something. I don't, oh, probably, oh, I know where they are. Yep, I know where they are. Yep. Dreamer, dreamer, dream, 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 dream. Well, then maybe Scott, don't join them. Just leave the link. Jesus. It's not hard to forget about it. Hi, Sima. Hi. At least someone's on the stream. And so much hate from Scott. I'm rebuilding the house, by the way, if you want to know what I'm doing. dirt. I must have a bunch of dirt. Yes, I do. Okay. There we go. Actually, I don't really need to do that. I can just do this. Do that. Okay. How's your day been going so far? I nearly set it. Oh, hold on. Yeah. Okay, I'm back. No, I need that. There. Why did I do that? Oh. Are you still on the stream? If you are, cool. There we go. Now I've got to destroy the ceiling. Okay. By the way, while I'm sniffling so a lot, I've got a cold. Oops. Oh. Oh, no one on the stream now. Yay. God. Does he have? He's got vines. I can clearly slime balls. I need you. Has he got back on the messages? No. Okay. I want to watch this. The kill count of Killer Clown from the. Oh, Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Was the only movie ever written and directed by the Kyoto Brothers. Who, if you didn't know, are three special effects brothers who have done a lot of iconic stuff throughout the years. Killer Clowns is a must-see for anyone studying for their horror degree. It's pretty much the king of cheesy B movies, and its plot is exactly what you want it to be. Evil space clowns invade a small town and kill people by putting them in cotton candy cocoons. And do you have any idea how many people a squad of space clowns can kill? I do, because I made this video. Here, I'll show you. The movie begins with the most bitchin' song.
You need a channel to. You need a account. You need an account to type in chat. Yeah, you need an account. So if you do like signing in, if you sign in, you don't have to do anything. You could just sign in and then it should let you.
Driving the truck is the Terenzi brothers, Rich and Paul, a pair of vaudevillian characters whose entrance involves a lot of obvious line stuffing. Hard to believe anyone would want to be friends with these out-of-sync Bulgarians, and for the most part, you'd be right, but they do have one friend who's true blue, Mike Tobacco, played by our boy Brent Kramer from New Year's Evil. Mike starts making out with his girlfriend Debbie and is digging. Hey, yeah, but they're still on first base when a ball of yellow light shoots across the sky. Mike must not be a very engaging lover, because Deb's way more into the skyrock than his tongue magic. She convinces him they should go find it instead of continuing to dry hump in his digging. Hey, nearby, Farmer Gene Green also saw the space ball, and since he's a well-read man, he surmises it must be Haley's Comet. He arms up with the help of the film's prop master and sets out to build himself a Haley's Comet hot dog stand with his bloodhound Boo. That's his dog's name. He's not carrying around actual bloodhound. He finds a circus tent in the woods, which only gets him more excited. But as he's looking for the ticket booth, a clown shadow appears, and through a hole in the tent, nets himself one poo dog. A bandana is all that's left, so Gene Green gets mean and screams at the circus tent. I'll tear this thing apart with my bare hands! But he's in for a shock, because the circus has a natural defense that knocks him to the ground. The film's first killer clown steps into frame, and they look like horrifying. This clown's name is Jumbo, and he pulls out a gun to give us our first kill on the count. Gene Green, more like Gene Pink. Sergeant Kurt Mooney of Crescent Cove PD drags a couple of punks into the station and tells them how he really feels. Yep, Mooney hates youth culture, probably because of all those crazy antics at Favorite College. But his deputy Dave Hansen's alright, getting real insubordinate and yelling at Mooney like such a dick. Over the roads and through the woods, Mike and Deb find the circus tent, and all of a sudden their interest in this little adventure flippy-floppy. Mike's fucking pumped to go into this place, sounding like a circus aficionado. And Deb wants to keep it down, because like, come on, Mike, it's pretty fucking weird. Or what? The place looks like it was decorated by Clowns R Us. Oh, good joke. They keep going, and after moving on some buttons, they open a door that sucks them in and spits them out into a giant matte-painted room with a huge-ass Tesla coil thing in it. Yo, Mike, dare you to touch it. It'll make your hair stand up. Like, stand up more. Those lightning bolts are evidence enough for Deb to figure out what's going on here.
This should be so we went to go look for. We are in it!
They see a shadow coming down the hallway and run away, and behind door number 2 is a room full of giant pink fuzzy light bulbs. These truck nuts looking things are cotton candy cocoons, and a bunch of victims. It's not going to be feasible for me to count them all, especially when we come back to this room later. It's like the station colony in Jason X. My hands are tied here. Deb's justifiably freaking out, but Mike's chill as fuck.
I've never seen anything like this before. Have you?
No. He tries to prove to her it's just the cotton candy storage facility, but when he rips the cocoon open, it reveals the bloody face of Gene Green. It's a nasty scene. The door opens, and the lovebirds hide from this new clown, Rudy, and they almost escape while Rudy's doing clown business on his popcorn computer. Until Mike sees another cocoon face, he recognizes it as some dude named Joe Lombardo. Since it's a confirmed invisible kill, I'll put Joe on the list. Mike and Deb flee, and Rudy arms himself with a big gun that he uses to shoot popcorn after them, which flies through the air and sticks to their clothes when they jump out of the tent.
Popcorn, why? Popcorn! Because the clown, that's why.
Rudy's joined by Joe, space bomb magic, and creates a balloon dog that they use to track Mike and Deb.
I don't know, like an hour, I don't know.
Mike's SUV right as he and Debbie make their getaway. On the way out, we get a gross close-up of a clown's face when Bibbo jumps onto their windshield. Mike shakes him off, but don't worry about Bibbo, who sits up like Jason X and joins a whole bunch of other clowns as they waddle town of Crescent Cove. Deb and Mike go to the police station since Deb's apparently friends with Dave. They tell him about the bodies they saw.
Those pink cotton candy cocoons.
They go all in on their crazy tale, saying the tent was a spaceship and that they were attacked by clowns. Mooney walks in and whistles the movie title. Then dismisses Mike and Deb as crazy kids after recognizing Mike, not as Derek, son of Blaze, but as a friend of those crazy Terenzi brothers. Dave's at least willing to check out their story, so they leave as Mooney heckles them.
Make a dummy out of yourself, but you're not gonna make a dummy out of me.
Later on, that line will seem ironic. In the car, Mike discovers that Dave and Deb used to date. Maybe they broke up because Dave's so damn controlling, insisting on dropping Deb off at home. This clown chasing ain't no place for a proper lady.
Okay.
Mike tells her to just stay safe at home and let the manly men handle the space clown. But don't worry, Deb, you're not missing much, because when Mike takes Dave to the woods, the circus tent is gone, and in its place is just a giant crater. I'd still say that warrants looking into, but Dave gets pissed and cuffs Mike with a second-degree charge of clowning around. Meanwhile, the clowns have been having their own adventures about town. First, at a random smoky market depot, a tow-headed guy comes across a puppet show. Although he's skeptical at first, the play's message about the hardships of unrequited love eventually wins him over. But then Spike unfolds from the booth and shoots him with his cotton candy gun, cocooning the kid and giving a truly hideous laugh. Oh, it was actually kind of creepy. You know, Rudy the clown finds his way to a drugstore where he apes an animatronic, then follows a couple of girls inside. The next time we see him, he's knocking shit over, and those girls are cocooned, giving us a twofer to add to the count. Now they're going to be all like, I can't believe you wore the same outfit as me. Elsewhere, a lady lounging with a wine glass opens her door and gives the weirdest reaction to a pizza delivery I've ever seen.
Oh, pizza.
It's a Trojan pizza, though, since Shorty, my favorite clown, pops out with a gun and shoots him, turning her into a wine-flavored cotton candy sack. A similar gag is done with another lady who opens the door to Fatso the clown, giving her a box of chocolates. While she ain't looking, Fatso pulls out his gun, and although we don't see him fire, I think it's safe to put her on the list. Another vignette gives us the most memorable kill in the movie, when Shorty rides his tricycle up to a gang of bikers. One of them steps forward and taunts the little clown, going so far as to smash his trike into a bunch of pieces. Shorty makes little sad noises, but then jumps into the air and returns with an adorable pair of boxing gloves. As he preps himself for the fight, the biker gives him a great idea.
What are you gonna do? Knock my block off?
Tam is right. Watch that body hit the throat. As the bikers flee, Shorty also gets a horrifying clown laugh. Fight, the biker gives him a great idea.
What are you gonna do? Knock my block off?
Okay.
Tam is right. Watch that body hit the throat. As the bikers flee, Shorty also gets a horrifying clown laugh.
Doesn't even sound like a laugh, it just sounds like someone faking auto-tune. Failing, sorry.
Inside a cotton candy-filled truck, they find some glasses that Mike recognizes as belonging to a dude named Bob McReed, seen in the beginning of the movie and played by a young Christopher Titus. And if you have a problem with me including him on the kill count, don't blame me, blame Mike.
They got him. He's dead.
See? Not my call. At the police station, Mooney starts getting calls complaining about clowns. One of the calls is from Mr. Myers, the pharmacist, who's been having a difficult customer in the form of Rudy. I'll add Myers to the count. We hear him scream over the phone and then go silent. And, because you know Rudy wasn't about to pay for all those vitamins. Mooney just thinks this whole thing is some kind of crazy plot against him. Get over yourself, dude. You're so vain, you probably think these clowns are about you. Another clown vignette shows a dude speeding down the road when a tall-ass clown named Slim pulls up next to him. But it looks like he's riding nothing at all. Slim starts ramming his invisible vehicle into the dude's car, then Slim slams him right off the road, sending his car crashing into a ditch. Slim watches as the car burns and punctuates the kill with one more creepy clown laugh. Back at home, where apparently women belong, Deb undresses to take a shower. But this movie's PG-13, kids, so don't expect to see Little Debbie's mini marbles. You can watch as these pieces of popcorn slide around on the bathroom floor unnoticed, though. And as her hamper, full of popcorn she didn't bother picking off her clothes, begins to shake while she's in the shower, kind of. Meanwhile, behind a Big Top Burger, Dumbo the clown is planting popcorn trees in a dumpster. Later, a Big Top Burger boy comes out and hears a noise inside, so he opens the lid to find none other than Evil. Nah, just kidding. We don't see what pulls him inside right now, but his screams ensure that he belongs on our kill count, bringing us to a dozen. Bet you can't guess how high this count goes. You'll have a better idea after the next scene. Slim appears at a bus stop and starts charming the people there with some shadow puppets that are super impressive for a dude with the same number of fingers as the Simpsons character. Mike and Dave happen to be driving around when they spot the clown giving his grand finale, a T-Rex that rears back his head and swallows the 5 people all at once.
Holy shit.
Holy shit is right, Mike, because now we're at 17 kills, even though people who can't do math will leave comments saying it should be 18. Dave radios into Mooney to tell him clowns are real, but Mooney is still ego-tripping and tells Dave off.
Fuck you.
He's busy ignoring phone calls of people getting straight-up clown murdered when Jumbo strolls into the station. Mooney cuffs him with a first-degree charge of clowning around, but Jumbo's a recidivist, so he slips out of his handcuffs in a funny way, and Clown strafes his way to the back. Mooney follows him to the cells where, at gunpoint, he throws him in the slammer. But being behind bars can't stop Jumbo from blowing a noisemaker, which looks like a cat in a hat scarf, as he grabs Mooney by the neck and slams him against the cell door. Yes, this kills him, so I'll go ahead and put him on the list. His death means Jumbo is left unattended in the cell with the punks. What do you think? Clown stuff. Mike sees the Terenzi brothers chasing after the runaway ice cream truck and leaves Dave so he can get the bros to help them out. They're skeptical of his evil space clown story, but he convinces them to take him to Debbie's house by telling them a little white chocolate lie.
She's got 2 beautiful roommates with big boobs. They love it.
What are we waiting for?
Dave arrives at the station to find the lights are all off and nobody's home. He follows some wacky clown footprints to the back where he finds 2 cotton candy cocoons in the jail cell. They're verified as the punks when he peels back some candy to find one of their faces. The other punk's arm drops down and spooks and poor punks. They didn't even get their phone call. Then Dave runs into a straight up nightmare. Jumbo showing off Mooney's corpse done up with Raggedy Andy makeup. The clown uses Mooney's dead body to frickin' talk to Dave. And by the time he pulls a bloody hand out of Mooney's back, you've forgotten you were watching a fun and silly B movie. Dave shoots at Jumbo, but it don't do shit until he aims a shot squarely at his nose, which blows up in a glittery mess. Jumbo spins around and blows up entirely, becoming our first killer clown on the list. Mike still hasn't gotten the Terenzi brothers to believe him, so it's a good thing they turned the corner right into a cavalcade of proof. It's a killer clown parade, aka the most annoying fucking scene I've ever had to kill. Now, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna highlight the cocoons I see and put a little number next to them so you can count along with me, alright? For the first shot, there's one in the far distance. The clown takes the second and tosses it out a window to another clown, who adds it to a pile of 5 more cocoons. Got those? We're at 7. See another cocoon in this clown's arms as they walk down the street. That's 8. And 3 more by a random loading zone sign makes 11. The clowns vacuum up number 12, and in the background you can see 13 and even 14. There's a guy hiding under a car. Is that another cocoon by him? Nah, son, we already counted it as number 13. Notice the same blue car and gallery storefront in both shots. And finally, when Homeboy makes a run for it, he gets shot in the back and turned into number 15 for our grand total of clown parade victims. Whew! Mike and the Terenzis turn around and leave, while back at her house, Deb has finally finished taking the longest shower in horror movie history. We counted 24 kills while you were in there wasting water, lady. And during that time, the popcorn has grown into little nasty clown boys who emerge from the hammer and her medicine cabinet looking like rejected Bowser minions. There's nowhere for her to run, really. She's got clowns outside her door, clowns outside her window, and eventually clowns inside her house. Slim shoots her with a special gun that puts her inside a big yellow balloon ball. Mike rolls up to her house right as Slim is tying Deb in the back of his car. He drives away with her, and Mike gets chased, passing Dave, who also joins the parade. So now we've got a Blues Brothers S chase sequence going on. They wind up in a little fender bender that totals Dave's police car. All those things were built better than that. So they all pile into the truck and excitedly head to the film's final act.
If you were a clown, where would you go?
The amusement park. Great.
All right.
Waiting for them there is a graveyard shift amusement park security guard whose lunch is a sandwich he pulls out of his jacket. Christ, that's sad. When Slim pulls up and steps out of his car, the guard tries to tell him to go on and get, but in true clown car fashion, a whole bunch of more clowns get out, and now they've all got green pies.
What are you going to do with those pies, boys?
They're gonna kill you, motherfucker! They cover the guy in pie goop, which is harmless fun at first, but then the dude starts fucking melting into a nasty bloody mess that the clowns stroll by on their way inside. At least Shorty has the decency to decorate his remains with a cherry. Our
He puts a cherry.
That's the big circus tent that used to be in the woods. They slink around this leftover adventure set until the Terenzi brothers get separated when they fall into a ball pit. They resurface to find a couple of female clowns waiting for them with ever-inflating chests.
Are you Debbie's roommate?
Mike and Dave press on until they wind up back in the cotton candy storage room. And this is why I can't count those bodies, folks. Sorry, but it's literally impossible with all these different shots and angles. They hide when a clown named Chubby enters and watch as he takes out a big bendy straw. He sticks it in the cocoon and drinks a bunch of blood from it. That's right, these clowns be here to eat people. Mike and Dave find Deb's balloon and shoot her way out of it. As they flee, more clowns show up and give chase, and Dave winds up adding another couple clowns to the list. First, he shoots a random green-haired clown in the nose, causing it to blow up. And then as Deb and Mike slide down a fire pole, he also shoots Fatso in the nose and kills him too. There's more big-top clown stuff, like a sarlacc at the bottom of the fire pole, door frames that jiggle and giggle, and a big anglerfish hallway that's filled with balloons and fog machine smoke. The clowns chase them through all this until they get to a series of doors.
Another door. Another door.
On the other side of all those doors is a big open room where an assload of clowns start coming out to get them. The Terenzi brothers bust through the wall into their ice cream truck and transfix the killer clowns by pretending to be the great and powerful JoJo through their truck speaker system. We're just not going to ask what the brothers did with those lady clowns. Before they can all get away, shit gets serious, and the other clowns all make way for big old crazy clown puppet who descends from the ceiling. This is JoJo the Clownzilla, and he don't fuck around. Mike, Deb, and Dave get away, but the Terencies are still inside their truck when JoJo starts beating down on his roof and throws it off to the side to explode in a fiery mess. Dave tells Mike and Deb to get away as he distracts JoJo with some gunfire. After they escape the big top tent, it pulls up stakes and starts spinning around like a big top. It lifts off into the air right as some other police officers arrive on the scene. Inside the tent, Dave runs out of ammo and JoJo picks him up. And Dave's a resourceful mofo and uses his badge to pop JoJo's nose. JoJo spins around and, oh boy, it's gonna be a big one. So big, in fact, that when he blows up, the entire tent spaceship blows up too, giving a real nice fireworks show. A smoking clown car lands in front of Mike and Deb, but don't worry, inside the car is just Dave. Oh, and the Terenzi brothers, because they're still alive.
But I saw you guys get blown up in the ice cream truck. Oh, really? The freezer with the ice cream.
Hey, if it worked for Indiana Jones, why not?
Oh, okay.
Mike, Deb, and Dave share a laugh. Mike apparently cool with Deb getting back with Dave, judged by those shoulder rubs and head kisses. Or hey, maybe they're about to work out a nice polyamorous relationship or something. In any case, the movie ends with pies falling from the sky and hitting our heroes in the face. Let's hope those aren't acid pies, kids. We'll never know, since the long-awaited sequel to this movie never materialized. Guess we'll just have to settle with one movie worth of kills, which we can go count up in the numbers. Clowns!
Ah!
Clowns. My list had 40 victims of killer clowns on its face, meaning we're starting the new year with a new record. The demographics were horrific fast. We got 16 men, 6 women, 4 space clowns, and 14 cocoon victims of unknown gender. The runtime of 86 minutes, that's a kill on average.
Oh, I'm just watching a horror clip. It's just a kill count of horror films. Banana Split one, sure, I'll watch that one. Ugh. Yeah, I think so.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies. I'm James A. Janice, and today we're looking at the Banana Splits movie.
Okay, okay, I'm gonna bring it up one more.
Created by Sid and Marty Krofft, that originally aired on NBC from 1968 to 1970. Not gonna lie, I had never heard of this show before this movie came out, but Chelsea was familiar with it, so what the fuck do I know? The show featured the same anthropomorphic furries that are in this feature, and they were in a band, and they would introduce various segments that mostly consisted of cartoons. Cool! How the fuck did this become a horror movie? It may have something to do with Five Nights at Freddy's and its perpetually postponed film adaptation. I guess originally Warner Brothers was going to make the Five Nights movie, but the rights went to Blumhouse instead. And so Warner Brothers, under their subsidiary Blue Ribbon Content, decided to make a different movie featuring murderous animatronics, and they based it on the Hanna-Barbera show because the Banana Splits characters were already kind of off-putting.
I think that a lot of children's television is innately creepy.
For what it's worth, I think the result is a fine slasher. The writing's a bit forced at times, and there's some wonky editing here and there, but I appreciate the tone it manages to hit. It's cheesy, but not saccharine, self-aware, but not cynical, and funny, but not mean-spirited. Plus, it's got some crazy good gore, so much so that I can't put it all in the public version of this episode. And hey, the score was composed by Patrick Stump from Fall Out Boy, who also did an awesome cover of this earworm of a theme song. And that's not the first time this song was covered by a rock band either. In Kick-Ass, there was a version done by the Dickies, the band that did the iconic Killer Clowns. If you want to tra-la-la and have a good time with this movie, though, you're gonna have to buy into it, which mostly means accepting that the Banana Splits characters are completely mechanical animatronics, even though they're clearly played by people in suits. But come on, just go with it, because then you get to see stuff like this. That's totally worth it. Let's go on again and meet the Splits, because it's time to get to the kills. The movie begins with a TV show opening that introduces us to all the members of the Banana Split Show. There's a doofy dog named Fleagle, a crazy ape named Bingo, a lion named Trooper, and a cute elephant named Snorky. Am I forgetting anyone?
And featuring Stevie.
Aw, shit, of course! Stevie! Guys, I would kill the list. The Banana Split Show is beloved by kids everywhere, like Harley here, whose favorite member is Snorky. He's even got a costume of the trunky bastard. For Harley's birthday, he and his family are going to a live taping of the show. The tickets were bought by Harley.
It's fine, it doesn't really matter. All I'm doing is I'm just rebuilding my house.
But I don't know, man. He's got a unicorn on his cage. Seems like the right age demo to me. Joining Harley for his birthday adventure is his half-brother Austin, son of Beth, but not a fish. Best idea for a birthday present is an umbrella without the umbrella part. And a girl from Harley's school named Sophie called in as a seat warmer when Harley's only real friend got too sick to go. Bested by the bunny this fall. They arrive at the studio and drive to the back of the lot in a long sequence with a lot of ADR. Why is this segment so long? We meet some other wacky characters. Also there that include Dadager Jonathan, who wants his daughter Parker to be a star, and Matt and Poppy, the type of social media influencers who make me hate it when I call the social media.
Okay.
The woman in charge of turning these crazy casts is the studio's Paige, named Paige, who Austin kind of hits on, but in a cute, awkward way, which seems to work. I think she's on the same page as you, Austin. The banana splits pull up with a little banana bug and nearly run over Harley. Like, the fuck are your survivalists? They drive away from their plans and march their mechanical asses into a workshop where their inventor and maintenance man, Carl, chastises them for almost hitting a kid. He gives Trooper a painful-looking update, during which a random programming error turns the code of Harry's bed cover. But even though inside his heart is breaking and his faux fur may be flaking, Trooper's smile still stays on, because the show must go on. Well, that Carl guy, the dude who created the Banana Split animatronics, this Rebecca lady is the person who runs the Banana Split show. That is, until network exec Andy tells her that the show is hashtag canceled. What? Did you say something racist? The show's cancellation is the catalyst for the whole movie, but I've got to say, Andy sounds like he's making it up on the spot when he explains why he's axing a show that apparently still gets good ratings. The final live show gets started, and the crowd is treated to a bunch of wacky hijinks until Trooper misses his cue to come on stage, which means Steve, the baddest motherfucker around, is gonna have to cover for him. Again. Haha, great work, Stevie. Yeah. Well, yeah, but hey, nobody really likes you, Harley. How about that? One of the show's segments is a game straight out of Double Dare called Sloppy Time.
Sloppy time.
And it looks like they made 'em extra sloppy for you. They know how yous kids like 'em sloppy. Yo, and by the way, Carl must be a genius. That is some sophisticated AI to be throwing them pies like that. Obviously, in real life, the Banana Splits were played by people in suits, and director Danishka Esterhazy decided that instead of actors or even stunt performers, she wanted dancers to play the roles to best mimic the movements of an animatronic. So shout out to the dudes underneath these clunky-ass suits. Harry Sauls, Buntu Clam, Corey Clark, and Brandon Braga. It takes a lot to perform wearing cumbersome costumes like that.
Those things are so hot. I don't know how they're doing it all day. They're really, like, the heroes of this film, I think.
One of the kid competitors takes a plunge into a ball pit and uses a hammer to win the game. If that voice sounds familiar, it's because all three of the Speaking Splits characters were voiced by Eric Bauza, a Canadian voice actor who's done a ton of work and is currently the voice of Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Marvin the Martian, and other major Looney Tunes. Those are not easy roles to get. it. And because I love watching voice actors do their thing, I just want to commend Bowser on all the voices he does here. Like how he replicates Alan Melvin's Southern drawl for Trooper. For his voice, you know, he kind of had the...
No, I'm original.
So
You've pretty got Java.
Southern drawl, very slow. And that's what he did. Does a Ross Perot-ish twist. Butler's voice for Big Bad.
Just making myself a sandwich. Would you like something?
No.
No?
No.
Okay, right. The washing's on. Once the washing's finished, and I've hung it out.
Yeah.
Let's go out.
You want to?
We are going out. Going for a wander.
Where?
Okay, you need to get into fresh
Where?
air. Oh, over the woods or something.
Okay.
I could give Abigail a shout, see if she's about.
Sure. Yeah.
But I don't want you to fanny about. I don't want you to fanny about.
Streaming.
Huh?
I'm streaming. Dad, but yeah, okay, well, I'll go, yeah. Yeah. See if Abigail.
I'll see if Abigail's about. If she's not, I'm still going over there, okay?
Okay. Okay, yeah, cool.
And does an excellent imitation of Paul Winchell's Tiggerific voice for Regal.
The amount of power and energy that he brings to this character, and then the floppiness of it all. I don't want to spit on you.
As for Snorky, he doesn't talk. Deal with it! Paige goes to Stevie's dressing/janitor room, where she finds him lounging inside, looking like a big boil. He's drunk and angry because he's fifth billed on the show and gets no respect. They wait for the puppets. Don't you worry about Stevie there, Paige. I mean, look at him. He's the spitting image of professionalism. On his way to the stage, Stevie overhears Andy saying that the show has been canceled.
Not now,
and
though.
the animatronics will soon be decommissioned. He walks away, looking way too happy about his imminent job loss, but I guess it's because he's excited that the puppets will soon be no more. After he returns to the stage for the show's big finale, he whispers to Trooper that his days are numbered. Trooper spins the wheel of endings, which, as always, lands on Rockout. And let me just say, I am living for Stevie's sweaty, drunken, dancing montage. Yeah, also, heads up, the Tra-La-La theme song will fucking burrow itself into your brain. You've been warned. The show ends, but there's a special backstage tour awaiting some of the guests who had stars on their tickets. There weren't any stars on Harley's ticket, but Austin is a great older bro and convinced Paige to help him give Harley a birthday surprise. So he gets to be the innocent Charlie Bucket of this wonkin' adventure. Charlie Bucket? Backstage, Stevie tells the very regimented Banana Splits gang that their show has been canceled. And since he hated working with all of them, why don't they get a taste of this? Trooper ain't about to put up with that disrespect, though, so Stevie becomes our first victim on the count when Trooper sticks a giant lollipop down his throat. Huh, I wonder what flavor that Oh, cherry. Yep, looks like cherry. But try to eat it a little slower next time, Stevie.
I found a game for that easy. You basically walk like a...
During the backstage studio tour, Austin tells his mom that Mitch, his stepdad, fucking sucks. I mean, the guy's not even here with them on his own son's birthday, having stepped away to do business stuff on his phone. But wait a minute, that's not business stuff. That's PG-13 sexting between Mitch and his assistant.
There's hundreds of people.
Wow, man. Hundreds and you're still getting raw pics? Why y'all taking that sexting so slow? Afraid of viruses? Austin comes outside and confronts Mitch, who leaves his wife and stepson with a very optimistic outlook on the situation. Yeah, that's definitely one way of looking at it. Inside, the tour has fallen apart almost as quickly as Beth and Mitch's marriage, with Jonathan running off to find a producer to look at Parker, Paige chasing after them, and Thad and Poppy leaving to go explore the rest of the studio, you know, for the gram. That leaves Harley and Zoe to beat the Banana Splits by themselves. But even though Trooper is a cool dude to them, Harley really wants to meet Snorky, who's nowhere to be found. He's too busy outside, stalking down cheating husband daddies. Jonathan finds Rebecca, and Because not only is that borderline child abuse, there's also no more show for Parker to be a part of. But Jonathan won't take no for an answer and goes off to look for someone higher up.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Pam and Poppy pass by Snorky's Circus and Bingo's Jungle so they can step onto the stage of Legal's Magic Shop. All of these sets were created by production designer Bobby Cardoso, who had a great time making TV show sets that could be shown in their entirety, since this movie pulls back the camera and lets us see the whole soundstage. He was especially fond of the playing card spirals on Legal's Magic stage here, which is the perfect place for that to strike up a live stream and do the one thing I knew I would never do to Chelsea: propose in front of a live internet audience. But you know what? It works for Poppy.
Yes! You know what she said? Yes!
So great, these two are good for each other. Too bad Fleagle is here, and he doesn't like people trespassing on his magic stage or live streaming his secrets. Presto destructo. Fuck yo, foul. Fleagle pushes Thad into a magician's box and locks him inside, then forces Poppy to assist him as they reenact that kill from Leprechaun 3 by sawing the magician's assistant in half. With a final push of the saw, Thad is properly killed, which you can tell because he has blood coming out of his mouth. I don't think Poppy's a fan of the trick, but I'm a fan of this movie's practical gore, which Warner Brothers exec Peter Girardi, who helped put this movie together, championed over using CG.
All of the original property of the Banana Split was all practical, so we wanted to keep that practical nature of one and to kind of be true to that era, true to that kind of filmmaking.
Poppy tears off Legal's arm flesh, but before he can kill her, he's distracted by the sound of children. Tarly and Zoe are now strolling through the Snorky circus. Legal offers to take them to beat Snorky, and even though he's got a scary Terminator arm, shit man, this kid needs to have some elephant. So let's go! Jonathan finds the office of Andy the network executive, and is all ready to deliver his Parker pitch, but the only one there is friggin' Trooper, who stands up and blows a bunch of fire into Jonathan's face. Not the best fire effects here, but I do think it's pretty hilarious how Trooper stands there dancing as this guy's face skin melts off. And then Bingo kidnaps her daughter? Not a good start to showbiz, dude. Outside, Snorky finally decides to openly harass Mitch and chases him through a little ditch thing that the dude obviously should have just jumped out of. Mitch runs all the way to the entrance of the lot, where he finds the security guard standing in a corpse at the ready position, because that guy's head is no longer a fix. Man, I always hate the old standing corpse until it's touched thing, almost as much as I hate the Final Destination hit and run thing. We get a character development convo wherein Austin and Beth talk about his late father and how she wants to keep her kids safe after having to watch him die. Then the two of them meet up with Rebecca and Paige before Jonathan stumbles into the mix, all burnt up and yelling about Fleagles and shit. So great, these characters finally know that there's something amiss with the Banana Splits. Now they just have to find out that the Splits are collecting kids and putting them in cages.
We're gonna have so much fun.
Beth and Austin look for Harley in Bingo's Jungle, but when Austin gets tied up in Bingo's crazy ape stuff, Beth has to turn into hot action star prom so she can save her kid from the furry. It's actually surprising how easy it was for Beth to toss Bingo aside like that. She even de-armed the ape in the process. She and Austin find Poppy still at the side of her slain fiance, but since Beth can relate to her, what with the whole dead husband thing, she's able to convince Poppy to go with them so they can all stay safe in numbers. Trooper drags Bingo's body back to the workshop so their banana split daddy Carl can fix that fella up. But good luck getting Carl to do anything right, because he can't even keep the kids from escaping their chain-link prison. Instead, he winds up locked inside the equipment cage himself. Aw, stuck in there, he's gonna miss Fleagle's show that's about to begin.
Locking time.
Yeah, it's time for Jonathan and Rebecca to get sloppy. And the Splits are gonna make sure it's all captured on camera, too. Fleagle forces his captives to run the course, as Trooper stands back there laughing like a killer clown. They get to the end of the course, but the only prize waiting for Jonathan is a prop key that Fleagle jams into his back. Good work, Fleagle. Just keep unlocking more kills for us like that. In fact, let's give Rebecca on the count as well. As she finishes the course, Trooper takes a hammer and smashes her frickin' head open.
They took it down to Hammer Town. And
He certainly did, Fleegle. He certainly did. The kids finally run into Harley's favorite split, the inimitable Snorky. But careful now, Harman. You think it's a good idea to approach the Snorkster like that?
It's Snooky. He's different.
But how can you know for sure? Oh, well, water my truck. You know what? Yeah, looks like that's doing the trick.
Are they doing the Snorky Shuffle?
What the fuck you look like, little girl? Of course they're doing the Snorky Shuffle. Having courted the noble Snorky, the kids take his hand and walk away with him into heaven, a place where nothing ever happens. The adult survivors go to Carl's workshop, where they find the mad scientist still locked in his cage. He laughs at them and tells them that the show must go on. It sounds like it is, because now they're hearing some music coming from a basement they discover underneath a hidden door. Beth, Austin, and Paige arm themselves and climb down, but before Poppy can join them, she finds Carl's prototype of Hootie, a fifth banana split that he has been in the process of designing. Poppy takes it upon herself and becomes a Hootie. And wow, she learns the way of the banana splits, lickety-splits, and she immediately gets herself a kill by swiping at Carl with some razor claws. Mother, son, and Paige make their way underground until Paige slips on some blood and discovers Doug, her fellow studio Paige, dead on the ground with Vigo's drumsticks in his eyes. Paige then looks up further to see that, oh, what the fuck? Come on! She sees, I think, 18 more bodies next to Doug's. All the other employees and adult audience members from the show. It's pretty hard to accurately count them, given the multiple angles and tangled limbs, but I did my due diligence. Don't expect a gender breakdown, though. Moving on down the tunnel, they come up through the floor into a boiler room with a makeshift stage, upon which Legal is holding court. He and Trooper terrify their child audience with a Ted Stevie on a tricycle as they do some kind of fun sketch where they get to play the Grady sisters.
Now the show can go on forever and ever and ever.
While they blow Stevie's body away with a huge-ass motherfucking flame, Beth makes her way to the captive kids and tries to break them free with her monkey wrench. Before she can rescue those kids, though, Snorky shows up with even more kids to imprison. But since Harley's worked his Snorky Shuffle magic, the pachyderm quietly gives him a key. Trooper and Fleagle bring out an all-new Wheel of Endings with Andy the network exec attached to the spokes. They spin it, and for once, it doesn't land on Rocktown. Instead, the outcome is a banana split. And if you can't guess what that means, well, you know what? You're not even really trying. Because these furry freaks ripped Andy off of their saw trap, and Banana split him right up by tearing off all of his limbs. If it's one thing you've got to give this movie credit for, it's very well done practical gore. Thanks to Snorky keys and mommy wrenches, all the kids are able to break free of their chains. Beth instructs Austin to help them get out of there, but she's got some more kick-ass mom stuff to do. Namely, beating these banana splits silly. The animatronics eventually gain the upper hand and are all ready to torch Beth to death. But that's when Austin returns and puts down Fleagle with a crowbar through the head. Harley provides Beth some assistance by tossing her his little birthday water thing, and she uses that to kill Trooper by deploying it through his mouth. And no, sorry, the banana splits aren't going on the couch. It's a bunch of fucking robots, and they're not even trying to be human like the androids and aliens. So I don't want to hear it. Just when you think this family's safe, bingo, bango, bongo. There's a crazy ape who's come back to block their path. Thankfully, Snorky the Innocent interferes, and the two of them get into an all-out furry fight. They pretty much yip each other to death, leaving both of them broken on the ground. Heartbroken, Harley says goodbye to Snorky right before the elephant goes the way of Topsy.
He'll always be my favorite.
We get one of those crime scene wrap-up shots where we see what's become of all the characters. Parker tells her mom that she wants to quit acting. Zoe and Harley become good friends, and Austin scores a kiss with Paige. Oh, and look at this. Mitch is still alive. Though not for long. Nah, that punch from Seth didn't kill him or nothing. But after all the emergency vehicles drive away, and he's left limping after that, Mitch does get killed by another Final Destination-style hit-and-run. Damn, dude. Should have just cut your losses and limped away to be with your assistant. The movie ends with a reveal of who's driving this cart full of furry corpses. Yep, a deranged-looking Poppy. ready to be the 5th Banana Split. How many people were killed in the resurrection of the Banana Splits property? Let's find out and tra-la-la to the numbers. La-la-la-la-la-la-la.
La 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 la.
From what I could tell, there were 27 deaths in the Banana Splits movie.